We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. So probably we don't have anybody following yet because that's how this works. It takes a minute. Right now the camera's saying we are notifying your followers. And I'm like, we only have like 2. So once they're both on here.
We got 2.
Yeah,
like right as you finish that sentence.
That was it, 2. So we're going to work the defense to back attacks today. So we kind of doing this Wednesday class as like an all levels class. And the idea of that is, you know, we might show some things that are beyond where you're at, maybe not, you know. It's good to see it. It's good to see maybe even a level past where you're at. If you don't understand it, it's okay. Just stick with the stuff that you do know. And we'll kind of go from there. So we're going to start with, she's going to start attacking the back right away. Get the hooks in. And I would probably be trying to defend, you know, the choke guard here. But sometimes I'm not able to defend her hand going to the collar right away. And then from here, I should still be trying to go to the escape. If we're here and she has the hand in the collar, the easiest defense is still for me to go to the escape side. Because even if she has the hand in the collar here, if I can get my head over to the other side and start putting my back to the ground, I'm undoing the choke. So right here, she's going to try as much as she can to go to the other side. Now, as soon as we start to fight to that side here, and I know I'm going there, I'm going to start to try and defend this arm. Okay, so I would have that tight here. Sometimes I'll even come and I can hold the hand like this, make sure you're not bending fingers, but I can grab the hand. And what I'm stopping them from doing is getting the opposite lapel, because right here, I'm going to struggle big, right? Because they already have both grips now. Okay, this is a very strong variation of the choke. Even if we're back up here, if she gets that hand in the collar, this is usually going to be, I would try to escape this direction, but I also don't want to let this get, because she can get here and just kind of start to push me towards her lap, right? So even right here, if she just opens up and kind of goes to maybe even like the bow and arrow position here, like this, yeah, she's going to get the choke. So once that hand's in the collar, and I'm trying to go this direction, I'm also thinking about making sure this hand can't grip. So she starts pulling me over. Even if maybe she got that grip, I start defending it. I want to make sure I keep this elbow down because I can hold this here. But now her next movement, so the first movement right here is pinning the elbow down and trying to defend against this lapel grip. Okay? So if she gets that lapel grip here, she can put that elbow to the ground. Best attack, okay? So from right here, okay? Now she can still try to get up and put the elbow to the ground, but she doesn't have the second grip as much. So a lot of times here, if I'm defending, if I'm up like this, so I don't want to be here because now she can go behind the head too, right? So she can go with the arm behind the head. So I want to make sure that I'm blocking here, I'm blocking here. Okay? So we start like this, boom, here. Now her second movement is to try and go up, right, behind the head, here. So I pin the elbow down, okay? Now, from this point here, she has to decide. She may start working, but I'm 2-on-1ing this. Right now I'm kind of biding my time here because she's still got the arm around the neck, but I'm stuck on the choke side. I can't get to the other side, okay? So her next move, a lot of times from here, is going to try to come up towards the technical mount, maybe, right? So she starts to switch the position so that she can come up. Now if she takes her hand out here, right, she can go for the bow and arrow choke. So she can lean, sit, right, and get the bow and arrow choke. So from an offensive standpoint, once she gets the arm around my neck, she kind of has 3 basic attacks. First one is to get the opposite collar grip, right? That can happen here. Okay, sometimes even if I'm heading towards the escape, right, but I didn't defend this grip at all, I can start going this direction. All she has to do is open up that leg and kind of take that corner, right, and she's going to get the choke. So just because I'm here doesn't mean I'm safe. Just because I'm going for the escape doesn't mean I'm safe. But if I'm controlling here and I'm going for the escape, that's great. If she starts reaching for that collar here, I can also trap and defend the hand. So this hand is really the key. This is a great grip, right? But all the chokes that we learned, she needs this hand to do something, okay? Or a lot of the chokes. So she starts taking me over to this side. I'm going to defend. Even if she gets that grip, sometimes we'll hand fight that grip, okay? Now I know as soon as I'm here, if I was hand fighting, I don't want to leave this elbow up because the next one goes here. So if I break the grip here, I lock the grip down. So now I have this hand, okay? Our next one now, she's going to have to try to sit. So she steers me forward, right? So she can get up. Right here, what I'm going to do is put my head to my ear and try to tuck my body to the ground. Now, if I stop right here, our next attack is going to be the arm. So look, we can learn both sides of this because what we're working on is she's attacking. Now she has 4 attacks we just went through. The double lapel, the arm behind the head, right? The bow and arrow, and then once I defend the bow and arrow, the arm bar, okay? So now defending again, and the idea behind this, I guess, when we teach this, we learn both sides, offense and defense. And the idea is, guys, no matter what, defense is a lot like offense. And I think this is where people get a little caught up. And I just say this, if you want to be really good with your jiu-jitsu, you can't just defend, right? At the end of the day, I have to go from defense. She's on my back. So if we're in a tournament, she got at least 4 points, at least 4 right now, as she's attacking my back. So if I escape from here, that's great. But I'm not going to win, right? I have to beat her. So what happens here is we're going to go 1, okay? I'm starting to defend here this way, but I'm pinching this arm. That makes it really hard for her to reach for this collar. I'm trying to go. She starts to steer me this direction. I hand fight 1 and 2 or 2. So I grab my own hands here and I hold this hand. So now I'm not here because if I'm like this, that, right. So 1, 2. Now if she tries to bring that arm up, it's very difficult. Okay, she starts switching to this position here to go towards technical mount. Right here, I may even have to grab this arm. See, as she reaches for the leg, I know that's my opportunity. This ear has got to go to this. So a lot of times here, guys are doing this. So I'm putting my head over her forearm. I'm going to turn, I'm going to get choked. I got to put my head here. Now I know she's going to go for this arm, right? So my next movement, look, my right foot here is to escape my hip and turn. And now look, her leg is over here. I'm going to block the hips, or I can even block the arm here. Bring my knee in. Okay, so now we're in this position here. I'm controlling the leg here. I'm controlling this arm again right away. The one thing that she's going to do is try to turn, and this foot, right, is pushing against her hips. If she pushes that off, right, to mount, I'm going to lose at least 4 more, probably 7, because if the ref saw that was a guard, she just passed the guard and went to mount, 7 more points. So now I'm down at least 11. That's not good. So when we end up here, I'm going to end up in this single leg action, and then we need to attack from there. So the idea is, and this is what I want everybody to think about, because if you're on defense a lot of times here, my biggest thing is like, oh, I don't want to get tapped out. And that's okay. Like, I understand, especially when you're training sometimes, we're just working on the defense, not getting tapped out, right? But if you want to be a competitor, the big thing that you have to understand is like not getting tapped out is still losing. And I think sometimes people are like real happy when you roll with somebody and they're like, oh, but you didn't tap me out. But if I got 20 points on you, it doesn't matter, right? So for me, I don't have to tap somebody out if I'm beating them on points. I just have to control the pace of the match. So when we get here, you don't want your thought process to be, oh, I'm just not going to get tapped out, because you're still going to lose that match, right? You want to say, okay, I need to find my way out of here, and then I have to have a progression to get points or to get position or maybe get submission. Maybe at this point, this is maybe from single leg X where we start going for the ankle lock and stuff because I don't have much time left. Time's running out, I escaped the back, but if I have to score 9 points, it's not going to happen in 20 seconds. So I need my Hail Mary motions too, right? So we're going to start here. She's going to start going for the choke, right? I'm pinning this tight and defending here. So if you notice, if she tries to reach for that other lapel grip there, it's not very easy to do. I'm going, she starts pulling me this direction. Now I realize I lost that. I'm going to open up, control the wrist, 1, 2. Okay, so now she's stuck here. Again, if I leave this up, if I'm trying to fight here and she can go behind here, it's not good. So pin, Now she's going to have to try and turn. As she does that here, look, I'm still holding the wrist because here she can still go back to this one, and sometimes even this one still help her in certain situations. So I'm here, right? She yanks that out. As soon as she does that, right, this motion, see how it's already getting tight? No, it's good. It's already getting tight. My ear has to, I can't try to put my back to the ground. I've got to bring my head. Boom. Now I know she's going to go for the arm. So one more escape, right? Block the arm, okay? Bring the leg through. Now I'm controlling the arm. So from here, guys, yeah, I could easily start to sit up and maybe try to go for the ankle lock, right? Or I can go for the sweep. Or I can control. So now we have a lot of options from here, okay? So we're getting that far. We're getting to the single leg X. But what we've done is defended, excuse me, four different submissions, right? 3 chokes and the arm. So if you don't understand, again, all of the techniques that in our intermediate series we learned, so in fundamentals you learn the double lapel, okay, and in fundamentals and intermediate you start to learn arm behind the head. We learn bow and arrow in the intermediate class. We learn the arm bar when they defend bow and arrow in the intermediate class. And so you learn all 4 of the techniques between fundamentals and intermediate. But you also then want to learn all the defenses to that, right? And the idea is just that to make my opponent make one more move. So I address the initial attack that's coming at me, but I also know where it connects. So she goes for the lapels, I block. I understand her next move is to maybe put my arm behind my head, so I block. Then she has to transition and start to go for maybe the bow and arrow. As soon as she reaches for my pants, I know what she's doing. The big thing with her reaching for my pants, guys, and this is the genius kind of behind this, is I start going here, okay? Her first attack is here. If I try to put my back on the ground and escape, this arm is always going to cause me problems, right? So if I'm here, I'm trying to put my back on the ground, so my arm is trapped. So I can't put my back to the ground, and even so, she's got good tight chokes. So I make the grip. Now here, even if I try to put my back to the ground, she can put the sleeve behind the head, and she can get the tap. But once she transitions, so once she starts coming up, boom, here, and she starts to reach for the pants, there's nothing to stop my body now from shrinking. See that? So I go here, I defend, and I tuck my left elbow right away, because if I stop flat, right? So I tuck again. I come in here, I like to block that arm right away, because otherwise they're going to push that foot. Right? This arm right here, right, does wonders for you when it comes to single leg. Now she has a choice, right? Because I have this arm here, she has a base that way, which is fine, right? But she doesn't have the ability to pass by pushing that foot up, okay? So then we can go, now if you saw the lesson that we did the other week, it's very similar to this, right? Where I can actually go to the ankle lock from here. But we can also just go to a basic sweep from here, right? So I can start to extend a little bit here. I can even put my foot up. Technical stand up from here, right? I already have the pant leg here and the pant leg here, right? So it'll allow me to control passing as well. So there's a lot of different ways that we can work this, but now we're going to work a little bit on the sweep. Okay? So that way we've defended a bunch of stuff. And again, if this is moving at a faster pace, that's fine. Well, hopefully this will save to Instagram. We've been having some problems, but the ones that have, I'll upload so you can see the lesson. We can make sure that we've got them covered. So, we're going to sweep from the single leg X and just work on one pass. And we'll be good. So, from the bow and arrow choke. Okay, so now I've defended all of them. I start to put my head to the mat. Remember, I don't stop here. So, my right foot is key here because I have to tuck this. But I'm going to tuck and I'm going to escape my hip at the same time. So I'm going to bring and turn my body this direction. That allows me to frame against her, escape my hip a little bit more so that I can bring my left knee in, my right foot up, and control the sleeve so that she can't turn towards me. Right? Even if I don't control it here, she turns towards me. Now I can make other guards here. I can control sleeves here. There's good sweeps there. But if I get this arm and I push it this direction, so now if she tries to turn towards me there, it's like I can stiff arm that, right? So now what I do is I lift with my bottom foot and like this, right? So I'm going to lift and extend. Switch my base here. Now look, I have my right hand grip here. My left hand I push. So I don't want her to be able to turn toward me. I'm going to push and I'm going to walk like this. And now I can either keep this grip here, I can exchange this grip here, I can go here, which would be our last one, the leg drag. So. And then we'll do the whole series at the end so everybody can see everything. Start from bow and arrow again, just to remind people. So remember, she had my back, she had me all kinds of choke trouble. I have to have the mental thought of, I'm going to defend this, I'm going to escape this, and then I'm going to attack, right? Boom. Here, one. Now remember, this is still a target. So my next motion, it's very important to use my, it's not just touch it, right? Because I just go flat, she'll go to mount. What I need to do is make it very difficult for her to mount, so by escaping and pushing, now if she's trying to come to mount here, I can frame away with that body. Left is going to come in, right arm here. One thing I see people always try to do a lot of times, they're like, oh, I'm going to go to single leg action, and they start doing this, and she can just pass, okay? So the magic of this, a lot of times, we can go to that version of single leg action, but we need to establish first, look, remember, we just escaped like 3 chokes, an arm bar, and the back. So I can't try to get too crazy. I've got to make sure that I'm able to control. So once I start going, escape, right? So now if they're trying to come to mount, I'm able to frame away. I bring my legs in here. I control the arm. And I'm controlling the leg here, so if she tries to move the leg, she can't. Again, if I go underneath, right? So we can make that transition. There's a way to go from here to that, they're experts, but it's a separate transition. Right now, I just want to stop her from moving. Okay? So from right here, what I'm going to do is lift. So see how I lift with my bottom leg. One thing here, a lot of times you'll see people kind of have this leg down here. It doesn't give me as much leverage, right? So you can come back a little bit. I don't want to be lazy. I want to keep that up. Because right here, it's like I can lift and extend. 1 and 2, okay? Push this towards the ground. If I let go of that, she's going to be able to reach. She's going to be able to sit to a guard, maybe a better guard. So like right here, she could pull me into guard. Right. She's a really good half guard player, so I don't want her to pull me in half guard. Okay? So when I technically stand up, here, right? Lift, switch. I'm putting all my weight into that here. I walk to this direction here. Now look, I'm going to let go of this and pass. 1, my arm goes over the leg and it goes under. So this is my best frame, in my opinion. If I go here, the problem is a lot of times people can escape towards like a headlock position. See how she has the underhook? So I like to bring the leg across. I need to block that. I need to go here. Okay. So I come up. I have this grip and this grip. Okay. I'm going to release that at the same time. Come here and move 1 and 2. Right. And now I'm going to push with my weight that direction and stay tight. So now I should be able to pass, or maybe she turtles for me, right? Wouldn't that be the best? Because we escaped the back and now I end up on their back. Guess what we can do here? Make a really good drill. So now all of a sudden, I'm here, I'm attacking, right? I bring her over, she blocks. I try to get behind, she blocks. I'm like, oh, I can't do that, I gotta get up. I go here. She escapes, blocks the arm bar, so I'm going to block the arm bar. Blocks my arm, right? Now she can technical stand up. When she does that, she puts all that weight to my hand, right? So now she's up, she walks. She's going to let go of this. She's going to leg drag. 1 and 2. Put the weight down. I'm going to start the turtle. Boom. Come up, stuck on the choke side, block, right? She gets the grip, block, 2, 3, So that gives you a cyclical drill now to work with the entire thing, so you can go from one to the other to the other. And again, if you don't have all the pieces to that, some people know all those techniques, and it just gave you a way to connect them all. Some people don't know all the techniques, and it gives you an idea just for one. Maybe there's one choke that you keep getting caught in. And you're just like, oh yeah, every time the guy gets here, and they get this, and they get this. Just start hand fighting, defend that hand, right? Maybe it gives you some other place to go. So, any questions on anything so far? Doing a lot. This is good. It's the most I've moved around in a while, so that's good. So, okay, we'll show the whole drill one more time just to make sure everybody understands. So, start on the back. We'll go through the whole thing twice. So, she establishes the first grip. I pinch this elbow tight. It's super important, guys, because a lot of times even if you start getting the escape here and you get to this side, but then they're like, oh, I can just take this arm out and make that the choke side, I didn't do any good for myself. So it's very important when we make this position here to really lock that up, because now if she tries to take that arm out here, it's very hard. Even if I'm going this direction, but if I do this and it comes out, right, so pinch tight, control. She starts to bring me that direction. I'm like, oh, I'm losing that one. I'm going to come up, hand fight. 1, 2. Okay, so I control here tight. Again, I have to connect. If I'm just here like this, that choke exists. Right, so 1 and 2. She's going to fight for that one. Realize she can't get there. She gets up. The choke's starting to get tighter. But I'm holding this. She's going to yank it out as soon as she does. Tuck 1. Now there's the arm bar. So I would try to do this all in one motion usually, right? When I tuck out of this arm bar, I'm gonna go boom like this, right? Just trying to drive my weight, frame away as much as I can here. 1, 2, and get here. But when you drill it, it's okay to break it down into 2 spots. One to defend the choke, the second to defend the arm bar, just to remind yourself that they're both there. And then just eventually make it one good motion. Controlling my left hand, right? The arm, like punching it that way. So that way if she tries to turn towards me or even lift it off the ground, it's very difficult to do. Lift and extend with the legs. Here, still controlling here. Now look, right foot here, I kind of switch. So I'm kicking her this direction. 1 and 2, okay? Push up. 1 and 2. Control. Seatbelt, right? Now, we're already on the choke side, so I would already just try to basically establish this grip here. Start defending. She's going to defend this 1 and 2. So I can't get that grip here. I try to go arm behind that. I can't. So now I've got to scissor the legs, right? Come up to the technical mount. I start to reach. She starts to escape. I'm going to go for the arm. She starts to defend that. And she's here. Now, right away, yep. Gripping here. Gripping here, pushing this, right? So that I can't, I try to turn towards her here, I can't really turn across my arm. It's just one idea from single leg X, but it's a good one, okay? Now she lifts, all my weight goes here. So now she can just switch her feet, okay? And now she walks towards that leg. Here, and when she decides to leg it, you could do anything. Like she could, let's say she needs a Hail Mary there. Let's say we're down 20 points, time's running out. 10 seconds left. Straight ankle lock, right? She's on that ankle. Boom, maybe she just hits that. Gets that tap. Maybe, right? But maybe it's a minute in. I don't want to go for the Hail Mary and then miss it and I sit up, right? So unless you're really, really good with that ankle lock or you have some good techniques there, maybe now she's just going to pass, right? So she was here, she lets go, drags the leg, okay? She's coming underneath to control, so she's blocking the legs here, right? I start to turn. And she makes the grip again. Now she's controlling here, so right away, pinch the elbow first. Hand fight the grip. 1 and 2. She starts fighting. Transitions. Here, still fighting, right? She goes to reach. Tuck. Go, 1 and 2. Right? Lift and extend. Switch, come up. Time through, she's going to block, Still defending. She escapes. 1, 2, blocks. Okay, right here and right here. Now lifts and extends. All my weight goes to my hands. Technical stand up. Hard to sweep the tall guys with that X grip. All right, leg drag. Or again, maybe you have a different pass you want. That's fine too. Maybe that ankle lock is key. Maybe that's what she needs right now. So she goes for the ankle lock. Well, gets the tap. If she was down 20 with 10 seconds left, that would be the goal. It's good to keep your mind in the drill sometimes. What's your goal? You know what I mean? Competition varies so much, and the ideas vary so much. You might be a really good guard passer, but I kind of always use that term Hail Mary. And it's, you know, I mean, for people that follow football, you know what the Hail Mary is. But it's that idea of, you know, we got to just take a shot because we're trying to win. And win or lose, right? Sometimes they throw the Hail Mary and the other team intercepts it. Sometimes they drop it, but every once in a while it pays off. And so, you know, if you're down that many points and time is running out, you got to take that shot. You got to try to win it all. And so, I think it's important to have that mindset sometimes when you create drills. It's to drill and then eventually be like, oh yeah, it's 10 seconds left. Boom. You know, just have that option. So you know your connections. Because in that match, again, if it's early on in that match and I'm going for the ankle lock and I don't succeed, a lot of times the guy's going to sit up, score more points, right? We've all probably been there. A lot of us have had that happen to us. You know, you decide to do something and afterwards you're like, man, I could have played that different. And, you know, the unfortunate part of competing is sometimes you have to take that loss to learn that lesson. But if you like competing and you like winning, which I think most of us do, then you start to really learn from those experiences and make those adaptations when you train and when you drill. So hopefully that was a good lesson, guys. That was about a half an hour. Some solid stuff. We did a lot, right? So again, we defended 3 different chokes from the back and the arm lock. That series is very common amongst, especially we teach, again, all those chokes and those variations a lot. And so you'll see a lot of people that have those ready to go, 1, 2, 3, and 4. But then again, on defense, it's just take away that first one, then take away that second one, then take away that third one, take away that fourth one. Understand when you take away the fourth one that there's an opening for you to get to the X guard. And then use the single leg X to, you know, to sweep, to pass, to submit, whatever you need to do with it.
No questions, but we got a few thank yous.
Yeah, you're welcome. I wish we had a whole bunch of people here so we could do this lesson together. That was a lot of information in a short amount of time. But you got, like I said, if you're just getting caught in one of those chokes, maybe you saw the idea then on how to defend it. I can't express enough. She would say the same thing fundamentally, how we learn how to defend the back, really control the choke arm, keep our elbows tight. I'm watching sometimes when guys are drilling and they're going to escape, but their elbows are out and open. And you just, you know, these little details that we focus on all the time are super important. And you notice a lot of times people get caught in something and then they get frustrated. They're like, oh, I keep getting tapped out from here. And they realize that it's just one thing. It's like, oh, I can just pinch my elbows. And all of a sudden the tap becomes 50% less. It's not going to go away overnight, but maybe all of a sudden you cut that in half just by.
And I think one of the things that you mentioned a lot that we didn't mention today is that double lapel choke is the strongest.
Yeah.
The strongest choke. So defending that, you already defended the strongest choke, and then the arm behind the head, probably the second strongest choke. You get out of that, defend that, and then you go to that bow and arrow, which a lot of people like to go to the bow and arrow because it's a cool choke, but at the same time, of those 3 variations, it's probably the easiest one to escape because there are some opportunities. I know Mike has to cough. I can see him holding. His eyes are watering. His face is turning around.
We did get a question.
Yeah.
And that was, can you take the back after single leg X?
You take the back from single leg X?
It says after the single leg X, but I would guess that was the question.
I mean, there's ways to get to the back from single leg X. It's not a one-piece move. There's a couple details to that you can do, and there's some definite ways to do it. One thing, you guys, if you're Alliance teammates, that Alliance portal is open. One of the biggest up-and-comers we have on our team, Nick Miragali's got some stuff on there, taking the back from single leg X. He's got some good stuff with lapel feet and stuff, and I'm not going to do him a disservice by showing the stuff he shows. It's stuff that I like to play around with and utilize. I'd say he's a lot better at it than I am. So, but if check your original email that we sent out, if you're part of the Alliance team, you have access to that Alliance portal for free right now. I would take advantage of that because there's so much good techniques on there. Nick Marigali and his coach Mario Hayes, both multiple-time world champions and just tough individuals, but really good technicians and a lot of good stuff. There's a ton of good people on there, guys. I mean, those are some of our best people in Alliance. Guys you might not have even heard of. Some of the guys that teach out of Fabio's Academy and Gigi's Academy and some of the other places around here, even in the U.S., solid people. So. But yes, there's ways from single leg X to take the back. And there's a lot of different variations. Guards like that, single leg X, there's so many variations on grips and everything else. It's just like everything else. You have way too many options where, you need to figure out, I guess, how you like to play that, what grips you want to make, and then you can kind of work from there. Going back to what she was saying about the double lapel choke, because that's important. We always emphasize going for this one first. And in recent years, I think it's become more and more popular. It's funny because for a while everybody was bow and arrowing. And I tried to explain it to somebody. I said, you see a lot of these high-level guys bow and arrow, but it's because the guys they're fighting defended those first chokes already. And I remember reading an article not too long ago with Hodger, who most people, widely considered one of, if not the greatest of all time in Jiu-Jitsu, Hodger Gracie. And they were asking him about bow and arrow. He said, why would I ever let go of double lapels? Like, you would never let go of this grip to go for this. And that was his point. It was like, this is way stronger, controls the back better. You can always reapply the seatbelt from there if you have to, so that's strong. Once you take the arm out, the back is gone. The bow and arrow is very hit or miss. If you get it on tight and you get it good, that's great. But if you don't, look, it can end up in single leg X, right? It can end up in a lot of other places. And then I know most recently, Flow Grappling did some study of the most top submissions used over the past year amongst high-level competition, and the double lapel grip choke was number one, far and away, next to anything else. And that didn't include the bow and arrow because they went further down, and bow and arrow was on the list as well. But basically, the double lapel grips, and then fundamentally, that's the first gi choke we learned in fundamentals for a reason. It is superior. And with those grips, there's a lot of different angles and variations of that. But with these grips, you've got some pretty solid options to choke and still have good control of the back. Is that it? Awesome. I don't have anything else. You got anything else? No? That's a very good point she brought up, guys. We say that a lot, but yeah, that double lapel grip is king. In my opinion, I think that's one of the best grips that you can have aside from the seatbelt. And it's very easy from the seatbelt to go here, which makes a lot of sense too. So it's just a good option to start practicing.
We do have one question for Sonia. Is there a drill or exercise that you use to strengthen your knees?
To strengthen what?
Your knees?
Is this like a post-surgery knee?
I do not know. Angel.
Oh. I think to strengthen your knees in general, like strength training wise, single leg movements are really good. Different lunging movements, single leg type squatting, anything that requires balance on one leg is going to help strengthen all those stabilizing muscles around the knee that will help give you support. Was that kind of what he was getting at? Or are we talking about just knees being on the mats? Can we get a little bit of clarification?
We'll see.
I think, yes, strength training. She was doing a lot of post-recovery. You can even demo a couple like that, little dipping your foot behind and stuff like that. She had a lot of good drills that she was doing.
Some of the things I did post-ACL surgery, if you have, like imagine me on some type of box, not a very high box, maybe, a foot off the ground. So imagine my right foot was this leg was the surgery leg. This foot is standing on a box about 12 inches up, and I'm just taking this foot and tapping it to the floor on either side. But again, imagine I'm up off the floor about a foot, so I really have to work with this leg to stabilize, but you're also bending the knee to tap the floor. That's a good one. You can even do similar things without the box. You can do what I think they call them skater lunges, skater squats, where it's this movement. So that's really good because it forces you to use those muscles, stabilize your muscles around the knee. So that's a good one. You know, the pistol, working on pistol squats. That's a good one. You know, going down as far as you can go. Back up.
Now she's just showing off, guys.
You know, even doing like the single leg deadlifts. I would say those are all great things to build those stabilizer muscles around the knee.
You're in that master's division now, on Hal. You gotta keep up with the PT, you know.
Yeah, we got a thumbs up and an os for that one, so I think he got what he was looking for.
Yeah.
I think when you're young, your body's really forgiving, and I think the older you get, the more you have to spend the time strength training.
Yeah,
you can't just train jiu-jitsu and think that, as much as we would love for jiu-jitsu to be the end-all, be-all, and the answer to all problems in life and with our bodies, the reality is
it's prehab. They call it prehab.
You have
right?
to do prehab.
Prehab. It's before we have to do rehab. We gotta do prehab.
Prehab's a preventative
we're
stuff,
preventing.
you know?
We're preventing. I mean, you're gonna act like an athlete. You're gonna treat your body. You're gonna beat your body up. The other side of that, and this may relate to what he was saying too, is you know, I mean, a couple of things I noticed early on. You know, when I trained and I passed off the ground more, I felt like my knees took more of a beating, and I'm using more, you know, my toes and these different movements and starting to modify my guard passing. And it's getting stronger, but I'm also staying off my knees a lot more, which is good. And the other thing is maybe if you're doing a lot of takedowns, wrestling and things like that, to modify the takedowns a little bit. You know, you don't maybe need to use a full drop step to shoot doubles. There's ways to modify a lot of that stuff, and you know, it's worth investing in that time now. I wish I would have had some people just being like, hey, you know, 20 years from now you're still going to do jiu-jitsu, but that's not going to work for you anymore because you're beating your body up. And you know, for people that have a short-lived career in something, you know, then I think that's acceptable. But for people that are doing this for longevity, you want to start building your game to be something that you can do when you're 40, 50, 60, 70. You know, I think we all have the goal of kind of. My personal goal, I always says, I want to be on this mat. You know, hopefully it's a long time from now, but I want to be on the mat the day that I die. I want to train jiu-jitsu every day until I pass away, and you know, that's a big goal of mine, just because it's the one thing I really enjoy doing and I love, and I would love to be still teaching and hopefully training. You know, so but in order to do that, you know, we have to structure that game accordingly. You know, so you really got to start investing your time in the things that you know you can do 20 years from now as well.
Yeah.
Even as a competitor, I think it's worth putting that stuff in there.
Working on the things, you know, that you can maintain as you get older, finding a style of jiu-jitsu that, you know, is more about efficiency of movement, pressure, versus things that require a ton of athleticism, you know. And again, strength training is really important because I think having good muscle mass to support your joints is also important for your whole body if you train jiu-jitsu. It'd be kind of cool if we could, our physical therapist, Jeff, who's awesome, who's here on Mondays, we should try to do, you know, maybe a jiu-jitsu PT session with him where we maybe go over
I don't
10
know.
things that you can do from a physical therapy standpoint to help your jiu-jitsu game.
Yeah, if you guys haven't met Jeff, for those that train with us, you will, but he's the physical therapist that works out here right now just on Mondays, which is still open. If anybody needs physical therapy, he's here from 10 to 2, but you do need to schedule appointments. Just call or message us. But he did like just one on Americana. Just happened to do Americana. I was explaining how you know, the different isolations and the rotation was going to affect dislocation of the shoulder, and then he was also comparing it then to other sports. People bring a baseball here versus here, and the idea of dislocation or rotating cuff tears and things like that. So it's really interesting to kind of look at it from that aspect too, because you know, this is a science what we do. You know, it is, and so to have somebody that understands the body and then might just suggest the 10 things you could do, because he trains jiu-jitsu with us now too.
Yeah, look at the schedule because he's here on Mondays, and maybe next week or the week after, it'd be cool if we could, when he's here on Monday,
Maybe just
like
do
you
a
do a
live.
noon class, do a live
Maybe we'll try to do that.
class,
Yeah.
or he can be here and you guys can submit some questions for him. That'd be kind of fun.
If you guys have interest in that, I think that would be fun.
So yeah, it would probably be on a Monday. Keep an eye on our schedule
Yep.
because if you have some specific PT questions, that'd be awesome to get us all on a gi and up here and have him answer some questions.
Yeah.
for people.
Angel says thank you guys for the exercises and the support.
For sure. We hope to see you soon.
Yeah, man, I hope I get to see you soon. And we get that fall Chicago opening, right?
Oh, yeah.
Anything else? That was it? Awesome. Hey, thanks, guys, for joining us today. I thought it was a good class. We did a lot. Like I said, just pick up what you can. And hopefully everybody learned something. If not, we'll do it again Friday night's question and answer.
Friday night Q&A, and then look at the schedule for next week. We'll see if Monday around lunchtime we can get Jeff,
Yeah. That'd be
physical
awesome.
therapist, to do a session with us and answer some
I
questions.
think he'll be willing. So,
All right.
guys, take care. Boss.